with us. But the most important thing, guys, is for you to actually take on this information and be able to regurgitate it, because oftentimes people don't realize that that's the key to learning.
Yeah.
If you know, but the most important
Hold on
thing,
one
guys, is for you
second.
to
We have
actually
a
take on this
feedback.
information, and if you are not able to sometimes regurgitate it, have you truly learned it?
Yes.
So oftentimes you'll hear people say, grab a pen and paper. Why? Because oftentimes we don't take in everything. And so you got to write it down. I know I'm a person that once I write it, I actually remember it. And I'm able to regurgitate a lot of stuff by just writing it and then reading it over and then being able to say, okay, now I know that. But if you truly want to know what the microbiome is about, if you truly want to understand it, it's okay, no problem, Shirley. I appreciate that. Thank you. Shirley Spencer said, I'm not shy. I would have prayed, but it was noise in the background.
Yes.
So thank you for that. I appreciate that. But I just want y'all to understand that our job as participants of this amazing movement, as sitting here as a guest of somebody, is to share what King Clive takes his time to find for us. Because he really doesn't have to do this at all. I mean, he could share it with whomever he likes, when he likes. So he don't really have to do this call, but he does it out of a love, out of a passion. Whether there's 2, 5, 100, 2,000 people on this call, he doesn't care, because he does it as out of a passion for us to have understanding and for us to learn. And so all I ask is that whilst you're on this call, you make a mighty effort just to take in what you learn and then share it with one person and let them be as amazed as you were. Because think about it. I know I was amazed when I first heard about this. I'll never forget that first call, Clive, that you had. And I was like, what this man talking about? I say, Clive done gone off the rocker.
Yes.
Something inside me and what? Microorganisms and what? The bugs and the critters and I say, Lord, Clive, where Clive came with this one? And he was rhythming and rhyming and had so much poetry with it. You just had to listen. You had no choice but to hear what he was saying.
Yeah.
And then you were like, hold on now, this making a little bit of sense. And then he spoke about how one time, I remember he spoke on the microbiome call about the C-section babies.
Yeah.
And I remember my son, my last child, was born C-section, and how he had asthma originally and had a lot of different sinus issues. And so when you spoke, it was as if you didn't know me, you didn't know my situation, you didn't know what I'd been through with him, but you knew because of facts, just of the knowledge that was out there, the knowledge that you attained, that's how important this microbiome was.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so like, wow, amazing once again. And I know for the past couple of weeks, you've kind of been toying with the idea or touching slightly on even about the mouth. And when you spoke, I think that was a week before last or last week when you spoke about something with the tooth, and they've found that that's connected to the heart, because if certain teeth, each tooth has a microbiome, one will hang on for dear life whilst the other one sits fastened in your mouth and don't want budge. and how that if that microbiome goes off, that this could then affect your heart muscle. Listen, man, this thing God create is a serious thing he got out there. And we take we take advantage of it. We don't take full advantage of it because we would cherish it if we took full advantage of it.
Yes.
But we take advantage of it. We constantly don't think twice about what we put in it. We don't worry about exercising because that's just for people who have energy. Who cares what you eat? And then when we're sick, then we're crying and hollering and hooping and hollering.
Yeah.
Then when we die, we want to spend $1 million on a funeral that you can't bring the person back to life.
Yes.
I am sorry I'm speaking for so long before I introduce you, but I just wanted to share what I have learned on this call.
Interestingly enough, Dr. Ruthann, under normal circumstances, if someone that loves you hear you talking, I'm making reference to something or someone else and saying, our mind is supposed to live without you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That take the call to the whole next level. They come in and they be like,
No
now hold
wonder
on
and they
now.
say,
What
hold on,
what type
what
of
did you
call
say?
this is? Yeah, what type of call is this?
You,
What they be
you know,
talking about?
yeah, you mean we're talking about I can't live with, how am I supposed to live without you? You
Mm-hmm.
know, say that if you don't explain yourself, somebody sleeping head to foot.
Yes.
That because but now we are understanding ourselves better and we contemplate the thought, why are some people trying to make us live without our microbiome?
Mm.
Would somebody cause us to live with a damaged microbiome?
Yes.
When we now understand the role that these microbes play in the human body, the narrative has changed. Don't try to make me live without my microbiome. I don't want to live without
Hey,
you. I
don't try
can
to
live.
make me live without something that wants to live eternally in me.
Wow. Such commitment, such care, such trust, such a relationship. They are
Trust,
prepared
hey,
to
trust to the
sacrifice.
point of death. Like
Oh, look at that. This
it will take
sacrifice.
it to the end of the earth with you.
Yes, yes, yes. If we ever treated a friend, a human friend, like how we treat
Mm-hmm.
our microbiome, we wouldn't have many friends in life.
Friends, child, people wouldn't even want to talk to us. They'd look us on the street and walk the next way.
So the
They'd
other side.
cross the street when they see you.
Yeah, we have because we do not know our true worth and value and makeup, we have paid persons to give us what they call medicine to damage and destroy the greatest portion of our makeup. That's
Yes.
what ignorance does. And no wonder the Lord said in his word that my people are destroyed for
Because of
lack.
lack of
How many
knowledge.
people tonight, Dr. Rutan, and others on this call, are very sick, near death, or will die sometime sooner than they need to because they do not know this information we're speaking about. Because they have not known that they are inadvertently damaging this the treasure. They are treating their treasure as trash.
Mm-hmm.
But we have heard some don't trash your treasure. That's basically what we are saying. Don't trash your treasure. See,
King Clive, I was looking on Amazon for something the other day, and
yeah.
I say, you know what? Let me start looking for bacteria. Man, they had tablets that they had the lactose bacillus, and
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is out there. Like, when you hear Clive talk about it every day and all that, but then when you start looking for it and it's right there in your face, you're like, okie dokie.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't been there all this time.
Mm-hmm.
Have I been so ignorant to not look for it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Is my ignorance truly bliss
mm,
because I don't know? I don't know. I don't think our ignorance is bliss. I think this is something we're meant to know.
yes. Now, this field of science and study is so amazing and life-changing that many scientists agree that for the next 50 years, the main focus of medical science will be on the microbiome for the next 50 years. It's all about it. And I was just looking at an article a while ago. I knew it, but just for the sake of the article and the reference to it, that Alzheimer's does not begin in the brain. And it might surprise you where it begins. It is another way of saying something that we have said several times. But Alzheimer doesn't begin in the brain. It begins at some other point and some other place inside of your body. And that is where science is going. We are going to be learning things in the next 5 and 10 years that's going to knock our socks off as it relates to the microbiome, as they begin to study the individual species and the role that they perform in our body. So, by Dr. Ruthan, this is the most, I'm happy to be only 61 years old at this stage of human development because I have another 40 years to study along with them and to learn with them what,
Yes.
what there is about this mighty
Your alarm is set for
microbiome,
Friday, September.
Sorry about that.
this mighty microbiome, and the narrative has shifted so much that we have to pinch ourselves and catch ourselves to see if we are really saying the right thing these days. Because all our youthful lives, from a baby until now, we're only hearing about bad bacteria, bad bacteria, bad bacteria, until one day them say good bacteria, good bacteria. And now we're talking about the microbiome that represents the good bacteria. So we have been emphasizing the wrong thing.
Yep.
Yeah, we are paying attention to the bad guys so much that we miss the good guy. Isn't this sad? But thank God that we are still alive, our relative youth, and we can correct the narrative in our personal lives, in our family life, and for those who we can somehow impact and exert some level of influence. And we want to save many lives by helping people to understand who they really are, Dr. Ruthan and others. I find it interesting to note that the emphasis should not be on human being. It should be on well-being. How do you like that, Dr.
I
Ruthan?
like that. I like that.
The emphasis,
Well-being.
yeah, it is no longer on feeling proud about I'm a human being and what comes with that. The emphasis now is this human being well? So it's
Well,
from
and
human being to
technically with
well-being.
well-being, and then you're a microbial being.
Mhm.
Really, human is just a word we probably created in
Yes,
hopes to be bigger than what we were. To
yes.
make ourselves
Homo
seem
sapien.
superior.
Yes,
Superior than something else. And then
yeah.
from a little child, we always talk about aliens, man.
Mhm, mhm.
I hear this alien and that and this and the UFO, but we got little UFOs and
Right
critters and
inside of
bugs
us.
and all up in us.
Right inside of us. The excitement we go looking for is right inside of us. So the diamonds that we seek in space already exist.
Right in front of our face, and we couldn't find it. We
It's on
can't
us.
find it, but it's right there.
It's in
Right
us,
so.
right under our very nose. The drama and amazement is right in front of us, and we missed it all this while. So, wherein we talk about lifespan as humans, how long we live, the new narrative to that is health span. How healthy do you live while you live? Because many persons are living to be 70, 80, even 90. But what kind of life are they living? Don't we have Dr. Ruthan and others, many persons who are having different devices keeping them alive?
Well, not
And
only
also
devices, let's think about let's think about the age group you're talking about that you just said. You said 60, 70, let's say 60, 70, 80,
yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, you ever see you ever gone, well, in the Caribbean, in the Bahamas, there's clinic, right? Mm-hmm. And on certain days, there's clinic for a certain age group, okay? So it's usually that age group, the seniors, right? Clive, if you see the bag that goes behind these people when they walk into the doctor, wow, and it's the brown bag with all the pills.
Yes.
So not only devices are keeping them alive, but in some instances, they take in this pill for that pill to contradict that, next pill to contradict the pill that they take in, the next pill to counteract the first pill that then takes the next. They have a bag of pills.
Yes.
And in no instance, at no time, have they even thought that you think it's what I'm eating? You think something else needs to change? And it's like we've been on this vicious cycle, like generation after generation. And I think now, like, I always like how Queen Bev says it's our civic responsibility to now do what we're doing. And I know people on this line, y'all might roll your eyes and think oh, geez, they fanatical. But I understand why Queen Bev says it.
Yeah.
Like I totally get it, because it is our responsibility, just like it's to me your responsibility to say good morning to someone when you pass them, because
Yeah.
it's God's breath.
Mhm.
It's also your responsibility to say to that same person, man, you ain't never heard of the microbiome.
Mm.
You know you're 95% microbial cells, for them to look at you like at you sideways and be like, what are you talking about?
Mm.
But we have to understand the power of what God has given us. It to me, it's simply amazing. I don't know what you think, Clive,
Yeah,
but
look at it now. You made reference to persons going to clinics, etc., with these big bags of different pills. And there are some people who have shared testimonies and that they used to be on 20 something different pills per day. Can you imagine that? Some say 50, some say 8 or less than 10. That bad or not too bad. But when somebody will take 20 or not pills, different pill. Because there's one thing for you might take 5 of one, 6 of one, I come to 20. But when it's 20 different pills, that is a sad state. So, but here's what we're learning. The microbiome.
You must jump in right there. I
Oh,
can't
man.
hear this discussion and I don't jump in.
Come
Powerful
in, babe.
thought. But
Yeah.
it's one thing to be taking 20 different pills, Sir Clive, but when you listen to the side effect of each, the side effect is more damaging than the complaint that you already had.
Wow.
Yep.
Have you ever been in the TV and they talk about certain medication and they said, if you notice, it may cause heart attack, it may cause cancer, it may cause liver damage. And I'm like, oh, Jesus.
No. Hey, Bev, the best one is anal leakage.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, Jesus.
I'm like, are these and you know what really get to me more times, Sir Clive and Dr. Rutan? You are talking to person about these awesome products. And sometime the answer that they would have given you and the things that they would have said to you, I'm like, oh, Jesus. But at the same time, when you look, they have 20, 30 of those pills that are taking that is damaging their 12 organ system. It's not even a damage 11. It's a damage the whole 12, Sir Clive. And somebody would say to you, oh, but this product is too expensive and a whole lot of nonsense. And I am like, you have to go back into start explaining to them and said, tell me, I want, like a gentleman yesterday, he was telling me some medication that he was on, and he's on them for over 15 years. And I had to say to him, sir, here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Go to PubMed.com for me and look at the side effects of those medications, because he was saying to me that, how is it that Sankey Global get the products all natural if they don't have to put some form of preservative in it, and him don't take nothing with preservative? But when the man tell me the amount of tablets that he was on, I'm like, sir, I'm going to recommend and I'm going to ask you, I'm going to send information on the Sankey Global products to you, but I want you to go to PubMed.com and look at the ingredients and also look at the side effects of those, because I already know a couple of them that he's on. And trust me, I tell you, if him do that, Sir Clive, he might just throw them through in the toilet.
But here's what happened to Bev, is that they are on these bags of medication. And when you share something with them, they might ask you, what is the side effects of yours?
I normally give them a side benefit.
Look at it. They might ask side effects of the 2 products or 3 products you try to share with them. But then but they are not equally concerned about the side effects of the 15 and 20 different type of medication.
I remember back in 2016 when I got clinically diagnosed with NMO, and I was trying to get in a clinical trial. So of course they give you your meds that you need, and I had all my meds and I was on the highest doses of all. And then I went to go and get it tested. So they took 12 vials of my blood that day. And then they called me back 2 days later, and the nurse says to me, Miss Lightburn, I don't think you're going to be able to go on the trial. Now, of course, tears in my eyes. I speaking to her, trying to figure out what you mean I can't go in the trial. Y'all just told me, y'all prepped me up for 2 weeks, boosting up my head, how I can get in this
No.
trial. This can help me walk and make me better, all this stuff. You know, what happened? Oh, your liver count is high. Do you do drugs or alcohol? I say, excuse
Oh.
me?
Oh.
I say, I haven't drunk since I was 20. So I don't drink. I don't do drugs.
Yeah.
So she said, well, your liver count high.
My.
Is that what are the medication that, hold on now, listen now, the medication that the doctor who tell me to get in the trial give me. So I gave her the list. She said, oh yeah, you know, that Tylenol, that last one, you know, that puts your liver count up high. Clive, you know, I had to give her a piece of my mind and say, but y'all give it to me. I didn't
Yeah.
ask to be put on this drug.
Oh my word.
I gone based on what y'all tell me to take. Now I can't get in a trial because y'all give me something that messing with my liver count.
Wow.
And so it goes back to what Queen Bev's saying, this stuff is mess you up. Like y'all don't understand the things that are messing us up. And it sometimes it's be just as simple as the Tylenol and the ibuprofen, like, and you'll pop them like candy sometimes in some instances because, oh, I in pain. Not thinking that, okay, you know what, I probably need to take a little bit more ginger and turmeric in my diet to get rid of that inflammation and add a couple Balage and then a 7.
Wow.
You know? But it's serious. It's very serious.
Yeah. So persons are dying from the side effects of these medication. And the sad thing, you know, is if they were trying their best and these things happen, it will be bad and not too bad. But people from some persons on other quarters are saying that it may be a deliberate attempt for the system to make you unwell so that it can be a permanent candidate for continuous payment. Because a diabetic is a very expensive person to the system. If you know what it means to care for a diabetic American style, you know how they're glad to create diabetics. So when persons are diagnosed with diabetes, and we are learning, Dr. Wuta, that for every diabetic, there are 4 pre-diabetics.
Man.
Yeah. So,
well, even think about diabetics, and then when you look, they're on dialysis, and I forget how much every time a doctor sends a patient to dialysis, they make $21,000.
yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. So,
and you know, my sister always says, and she did her thesis, her doctorates in monitoring your numbers, how important, just like how Nurse Adelie is always talking about know your numbers.
yes.
She did her thesis on how a lot of times diabetics as well as hypertension patients do not monitor their numbers and how important that is and how imperative it is. And we don't realize that if oftentimes, especially in the Caribbean, and this is something my sister noticed as well, when they find diabetics as well as hypertensive patients, they go for the highest dose possible when giving out medication. And guess what that does to us, guys? We can't go backwards. Your body can't go, listen, your body could inch up. So if 5 milligrams don't work, okay, this week, and so for the next 2 weeks, okay, I'll put you on 7 milligrams. Let's see if that works. No, they won't go to 40 milligrams. Now your body is dependent on 40 milligrams. How you can go down to 5 and come off it? How? Like they don't do the inch up. They do the max in the Caribbean and then try to come back. It don't work.
Yeah.
They don't dial it back.
Yeah. You know, Dr. Michael Greger laments that when we make significant medical discovery, as the microbiome is, it takes an average of 17 years for it to become a part of mainstream clinical day-to-day practice. 17 years. No, we can't wait 17 years. And then it says average. So something like this now, the microbiome The medical fraternity is not in any hurry for us to know the information we know wide scale. So that average of 17 might be 25, 30 years from now before they feel like telling us about it and making protocols, bearing in mind for who we are. So they will continue to give us the antibiotics, the medication. They continue to be quiet about our diet and just talk about us moderation. And they will continue to allow certain things to happen. You know, I was doing a study, a research a while ago, and it says a study in The Guardian states that more than 80% of urine drawn from children and adults in a US health study contain weed-killing chemicals linked to cancer. 80. If it was 18%, you say, wow. But when it is 80%, now the whole of the population, a weed killer is found in the urine of 80% of adults and children in the United States. Guess what that weed killer is called? You might know.
What I call?
Glyphosate. Are you familiar with glyphosate?
I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah,
Educate me.
Yeah. So look at it now, Madia. The Monsanto. You ever heard the name?
Mm-mm.
Monsanto. Yeah, they have a weed killer called glyphosate. Glyphosate is sprayed on the genetically modified crops because the crops are modified.
GMOs.
For example, the soil is protected and it's not damaged by glyphosate, but the weeds in the field are killed.
Oh wow.
By blocking what they call the shikimate pathway. Plants have shikimate pathway, and therefore it blocks the ability of the plant to make protein. So the plant will die, but not the genetically modified plant. So they spray that plant 2 or 3 times for the life of the crop. When you eat that food with glyphosate, it contaminates the body, and you now have glyphosate in your urine. Guess what inside of your body is damaged by glyphosate? Your bacteria and other microbes. So they are saying because humans do not have a shikimate pathway, it is okay for them to take it, it's fine. But what they do not tell you is your support system, your microbiome as a glyphosate, as shikimate pathway. So you see how they trick us and behave as if all of us are big-head buds, so to speak, in Jamaica. Our support system is like a man, them say them burn on your house. We never trouble him. How many is burn on his house? Yes, I'm saying to you. So our support system structure, you damage it and then you claim that you are not affecting us. So we are finding now that glyphosate that does much damage to the human body by damaging the microbiome, because the microbiome is part of you. Right. It's not an appendage. It's not a stranger. It is not some stowaways. It is not anything like that. It is a part of you that has your very DNA. And we are trying for the life of me for people to understand their makeup, that they may be careful how they use certain things, because the things that you are using, the environment you are creating is making it difficult for you to be healthy in this world. With 80,000 different chemicals that have come out since World War II. These are the things that are killing us. And we need to understand that there seems to be an agenda. And if you don't want to take heed and understand that some persons don't mind if you're sick, because that is how they get paid, then you are going to continue to fuel the system, Dr. Rufan and others. So we cannot continue to live the way that we have been living. That is why these calls are here. We have to do something differently with our daily life, because we have to understand ourselves that we are not talking about us being a human being. For us to have our well-being, we have to understand all the true makeup of our body, and we have to cater for all the cells that make up our body. Is that making sense, Dr. Ruth? And what do you think?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah. So that is our effort here. It might sound like we are being repetitious. We might sound boring, but guess what? Every week a new person jumps on. We have to repeat it enough because repetition is the main form of emphasis and for teaching. So we don't mind saying it over and over again and to remind you that there are things that we do on a daily basis that is compromising our life, compromising our health, and we may never live to be 100 years old in our family and in our community because of the bad habits and practices we have and the modern day lifestyle that we have. Other persons in other jurisdictions may likely live to be 95, 99, and 100 based upon their lifestyle. But how can we have so many things? The odds are stacked against us because of our very habits and practices, yet we want to live to be 100. And most of the time when people live to be 89 or 95, they have so many things, as we are saying, that is supporting them. Something to support the heart, some stent, some pacemaker, some operation they have to do every 5 or 10 years to go in and clear the blood vessels. We're not mocking persons here, but persons have a bag at one side for the feces, another bag on the other side for the urine, and all kind of different gymnastics. That is not really the quality of life that we are hoping for people to live. And when I was younger, I never hoped to live to be old because I see how they treat old people and I see how old people suffer. I didn't want to pass 60 and go 70. I would rather die than to waiting on people to come spoon feed me and to wait on people to change my diaper. And you have the children and others, the caregiver talking to you any way, and it's you paying them. I said, no, sir, I don't think I want to live to be old. But I guess as you age, you understand that you are not sick because you're old. You're old because you are sick. And we have to try and do different things in order not to be getting sick. But the very nature of our lifestyle promotes sickness because we are making redundant our microbes, and they will try to figure it out with our doctor. How much sense that makes? The microbes whose role it is to be our internal pharmacy and make our chemicals. That is what bacteria does best enough. They make chemicals. They make chemicals. And that is why I believe, and I say it as often as I'm able to say, that I'm trying to find what Professor Julian said. I have it written down on my paper, but it seems to be hiding. Because after the Human Genome Project was done, we believe that because we are able to sequence and map the genes in the human body, that we have made significant strides. But we found out that we only have 22,500 human genes. So Professor Julian Davis had to write to the Science magazine and said to them that you have to be warned, not because you can sequence and map the genes in the human body, mean that we understand human biology. It is not enough to understand human biology because we understand now what the type of genes, how many genes we have. Bear in mind that you have more than 1,000 species of bacteria that live on you and inside of you. If there is ever a profound statement, I believe, in medical history, this borders on being one of the most significant ones. You cannot think that because you now know how many human genes there are, that you understand human biology. No, be warned, that is not enough. Why? Sirs, you have more than 1,000 bacterial species living on you and living inside of you. And guess what? They significantly impact human health. That is the game changer. The 1,000 species of bacteria that lives on you and inside of you. And for the rest of our life, we have to understand the role that those 1,000 species of microbes play. But until we do that study, we are happy to have the fact that we have the study out of Okinawa, Japan. Sankey Mayor, 40 years initially, going on the island of Okinawa, Japan, for those who are on the call and want to learn the history of this. 40 years they studied the Okinawans. The island of Okinawa has more centenarians living there than any other one place in the world. Centenarian. Of course, a centenarian is somebody that has lived to be 100 years old. So they studied these centenarians and they found out that the reason why they live so long is because of the gut that they have. You got to have the gut to live to be 100 years old. That's a fact. And the gut, why? Because of what lives inside of the gut, your microbiome. And we got to get the narrative right. We have to learn to take care of our microbiome. And that is why 4 products were made. And you know that my darling product from Sankey Global is the Asaki. But why so? I don't know if Lisa, if you can get up the slide for us, because we have to talk about these 4 products somewhat, that persons can understand what we have in Sankey Global. So we have Asaki. Now, we remind ourselves that this amazing product utilizes a technology called Bovia, which is a revolutionary formula that contains what we call 596 different metabolites. The body has to make metabolites because metabolites are what feed the body. Metabolites are what maintain the integrity of the gut lining, the epithelial layer, one cell layer, preventing the content of the gut from getting into the blood. So the gut-blood barrier is protected by these metabolites. These metabolites are made by bacteria, and they ensure that the gut lining is not breached. If the gut lining is breached and large undigested food particles and protein gets into the blood, if bacteria dead and alive gets into the blood, if parasites gets into the blood, if toxic substances and waste from the feces gets into the blood, what's going to happen? Inflammation is going to start because the immune system gets into a tizzy. Oh my God, where are all these foreigners coming from? Are you constantly having an inflamed situation? Means fire in your gut. Fire literally means fire. So this fire in your gut is what drives the chronic disease process. And the diseases of names, the diabetes, high blood pressure, fibroids, fibromyalgia. And you know them, so I don't really have to call the names of sicknesses and diseases. And until we are able to find a way to nourish our gut microbes back to health and cause the good bacteria to take over from the bad bacteria, then we are going to continue to have a leaky gut condition going on. Am I making sense to everybody? So we have to find a way to prevent leaky gut. Medical science does not have a drug to fix leaky gut. How we fix leaky gut is by nourishing the microbes that are good, and then they will make the metabolites and the nutrients to restore the gut integrity and fix the damaged, leaking parts of the gut and prevent the gut content from getting into the blood. I've said it enough now. I think some of us are getting the big picture. We have to become good at keeping the gut healthy. This product, Asaki, was designed as a revolutionary formula that contains these 596 metabolites from cacao that balances intestinal flora and generate new nutrients. This is why this product is, I call it the gut fixer. Because if you don't fix the gut, you're not turning off the faucet that causes disease. The medical science has become good at using mops and brooms and sponges and newspaper to mop up the fluid, but nobody is specializing in how to turn off the pipe. That is what microbes can do. Turn off the pipe. It is the plumber that turns off the leaking pipe. And that is how you fix your condition that you have. The cancers and the autoimmune diseases, the neurological conditions, and the other things for the body gripes and flux complaints that we have on and inside of our body. So this product, don't take it lightly. I personally believe that everybody on this call should be taking at least a sake 1 time per day, just in case your gut is not nearly as healthy as it ought to be and it has started to leak. Sad thing, some persons may have a leak 2 inches wide, while some people have a leak 1 foot, some 2 feet. And that is why some persons may have more medical issues than others. I might have spent too much time on this product. Is Dr. Rutan still on to do Belage?
I'm here.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rutan. Thank you.
Listen, this product right here is one that I have used over and over again, and I have proven for me personally what I've been going through from a medical standpoint, being clinically diagnosed with NMO. This has helped with the inflammation in my body. I have seen where once I take this, I will start urinating so frequently. And that is the inflammation dispensing out of my body. I will give this product to men for erectile dysfunction. And one of the first things that they say is that it's flushing, you know, whether it's through feces. They also say, well, is it, I was asked the other day, is the side effect for Belage urination? I said, it's not a side effect. That's what it's meant to do. It's going to flush out of your system what's not meant to be there, period. I said, so if you have inflammation in your body, it's going to deal with that. So it's made out of Orzotte enzyme. Now you see 3 there, but it's now Orzotte enzyme 5. So that should show you that this company didn't stop when they discovered what they wanted. And what they discovered was this, you know, phenomenal Belage because of the Okinawans. But it didn't stop there. It literally continued. The centenarians, you know, didn't allow it to stop there. They wanted to keep on improving it. So now we're at Orzotte enzyme 5, and this is capable of acting on your mitochondria, which is the energy houses of your cells. And it's purified with extracts of rosemary, and all of it is 100% natural and 100% plant-based. There's no contradictions with drugs. So this is a formulation that you can feel free to take it. It has fillers in it that are all natural, because, you know, that's the first thing people say. When I say fillers, I mean the thing that keeps it going. I can't remember the word in my head right now, but it has that in it to keep it going. And guess what? It's 100% natural. Everything in it is 100% natural. Because I had somebody complain and say, oh, in order to keep it, y'all have a chemical in it. So I had to contact Mr. Avita immediately. I said, Mr. Avita, I have a customer and they're saying we have this in it. He says, no, this is what's in it. This is the preservative. Sorry, that's not filler, but preservative. And he said, nope, this is the preservative we have in it, and it's 100% natural. I was like, okay, thank you. So this strengthens the immune system. It increases energy production. It reactivates natural antioxidants in the body, improving hydration at the cellular level. This is able to permeate the brain barrier as well as the eye wall barrier. And you heard King Clive speak to that dementia and Alzheimer's. Well, guess what? This is an amazing product for it. Why? Because it's affecting the gut. It's helping with the gut, just like the Hasaki is that gut buster. This is the layer. This opens up your cells to receive and make sure we're getting the nutrients that is necessary in our body. This also decreases the fats and sugars, improving blood circulation. Back to you, King Clive.
Okay. All right. Do you, what I'll do, I'll talk about the inner 7 and ask if you'd be kind enough to do the quantifier.
No
Because,
problem.
ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about balance and connection, communication inside of the body. Inner 7 has the minerals that we need in order for the body to be able to communicate properly. Minerals are what make the body run. Without minerals, mineral deficiency, we are told by Dr. Linus Pauling, can be seen in every disease process in the body. Don't take it lightly. A lot of the conditions that we have is basically a mineral deficiency disease. So this product, as simple as it is, may be what will do the trick for you for the conditions that you have. So Inner 7, the essential minerals for the body, contains magnesium, sodium, potassium, and you know a lot of the other minerals that we have. It improves natural defense mechanisms. It contributes to proper pH balance in the body, which we need to make sure that the parts of the body that need to have the right pH, it is established. It stimulates relaxation and revitalization. It relaxes you. A lot of persons are having headaches and tension, muscle tension, etc., in their body because of, for example, the lack of magnesium. That one mineral alone covers a multitude of sins, conditions inside of the body, and it stimulates relaxation and revitalization. And what we're talking about, it improves intestinal flow, the entire peristaltic movement of the body. You see, if the waste is not removed in a timely manner, it putrefies. The bad bacteria acts upon the different types of carbs and sugars and harvest more calories from the waste. And that is what can make us fat. So all we're fighting the calories in the body by not being able to go to the bathroom in a timely manner and making a deposit or releasing can cause auto intoxication. Many of us be trying to stay away from the toxin, only to be generating a lot of toxin inside of our own body because we are constipated. And tomorrow night on RGR 94 FM, we're going to look in part on constipation, what it is and what causes it. So if you want to tune in, you can feel free to do so. So it improves intestinal flow. And we know that part of the reason why the peristaltic movement is retarded is because we have taken prescribed or over-the-counter medication. It damages the nerve that controls the peristaltic movement. So the transit time of the feces out of the body is not working well, and it stays in the body longer. And why it causes constipation is that because the transit time is slow, the body is absorbing more of the fluid out of the waste. It becomes hard and difficult to pass through. And that is why now we strain and we're in pain and we complain. Can't even get rid of our own waste without bacteria. Because the bacteria determine the rate at which the fluids are removed from the stool. So when it becomes hard, a lot of people are afraid to go bathroom because it's painful and they can't eliminate, and they get all kind of different laxatives that add to the toxic burden inside the body. So it improves intestinal flow and provides essential minerals for your body that your body need in order to function very well. So back over to you, Dr. Ruben.
Well, we have our Cranberry Fire, which is made out of the green tea polyphenols. No, not the caffeine, but the polyphenols from the green tea. And it's mixed and combined into a trademark formulation called ONR, which is Auxiliary Night Reset. And this is basically perfected with the Japanese black beans. Once again, that olive and rosemary is in there. And like I said, the polyphenols from that green tea. This is, again, 100% natural, 100% plant-based. And this also contains melatonin. So it helps with sleep. It's very important. We don't understand the importance of sleep. You know, a few weeks ago, I think Clive was speaking how important it is for us to have sleep. And not only have sleep, but some of the bacteria requires and works only when you're asleep. Like that blew my mind away because you know how some people say, oh, I work all night, I don't like to sleep. Well, guess what? Sleep is very important. And I've found that because of listening to King Clive, because of listening to Nurse Adderley, how important sleep is. This also reduces carbohydrates and sugar absorption. What this simply means is that any excess carbs and sugars that are trying to get into your bloodstream, guess what? It literally repels it. It brings it out through your urine, which I think is absolutely amazing. It increases thermogenesis to reduce fatty tissue. So if you're trying to lose weight, it is going to assist with that. It actually takes you down to your BMI. This is where the intelligent force kicks in and starts working on what it needs to. It also protects against gastric oxidation, and it supports your metabolism and supporting proper metabolic function. And like I said, sleep, sleep, sleep. It gives you a great and amazing sleep. It also helps your cholesterol levels to be reduced because it's cleaning out your arteries. So the combination of these 4 products is overall body health. Overall body health. And yes, we do say it is a nutritional supplement formula. Guess what? You need to add to it by lifestyle. Lifestyle is so vitally important. So think about that. Know that it's so important to have a phenomenal lifestyle, healthy lifestyle with these amazing formulations. Back to you, King Clive.
Hey, thank you so much, Dr. Rutan. I don't know, Bev was on earlier. I know she sometimes is
Let me see. I
mobile.
think I know she might have
She's
fallen
trying
off
to
or she's busy.
to
Let me see. Let's see. Oh,
but
there we go. She's there.
thank you, Bev.
Right? I would
All
not mind
right.
anything tonight. Wow, wow, wow. What an amazing call. Guys, I'm going to say this again. I remember Mr. Harvey say that, Sankey Global will be around for 100 years. And I challenge him that Sankey Global will be with us for the next 1,000 years. Are we going to be here for the next 1,000 years? I don't think so. But as Sir Clive said, if we don't start taking care of ourselves, we can't live to 100. And with the information, with these fantastic 4 products that work synergistically, there's absolutely no reason, Sir Clive, why all of us can't live to 100 and still remember our name and still be able to function without anybody put on any pampers on us.
Yes.
And what is happening, I don't know about anybody on this call, but I am getting so addicted, and that's the word I want to use. I am getting so addicted to the Sankey Global products that I said. Look here, guys, I don't know. Sankey will have to, they will have to burn down the entire Japan, kill all the trees. I don't know what they will have to do to get me out of Sankey Global and for me to stop sharing this product. Because, put it this way, I am putting plans together right as we speak now. The plans that I have for these products for the rest of the year. And I'll tell you why. Persons continue to come into my business place to buy products, and what I'm seeing, I'm getting a lot of return customers. And when people come back and buy without you call them, it is saying something. So much so that I have persons now said, look here, me I come pay down pan it, come in and want it done.
Mm.
That's what we're getting, especially with the Asaki, right? The testimonies that are coming in, they are coming in. People are saying, I'm feeling better. I'm looking better. My mood changed. The pain I go down. I have another fibroid testimony yesterday, and this girl is only 26 years of age,
Mm.
and she was having terrible period pain. I gave her the inner 7 and the Bellage, and she said, Mom, I don't know what you gave to me, but all I know, it is working. So, guys, it's one thing for us to say that we have a good product. And that is what we say with our mouth. But it is a complete different story when persons come back to you and say, yes, I am taking the products and it working. Wow. So I want to tell everyone that is on this call, if you are not an author ship, I'm going to ask you, please, to place your authorship so that you continue to have these products in your home. Stop giving the kids bag juice and Pepsi and but mix the belage, because that's what my husband does. He mix the belage and put it in the freezer and freeze it and take it to work with him in the day, because he's a contractor. You see what
Yeah.
I'm talking about, guys? So freeze the belage into your kids water bottle and give it to them.
Mm.
It works because what? Everybody from baby to granny is able to take these products. A lot of you here have your grandmas and grandpas who are not able to consume the hard and the tough food anymore. Make their asake, do a smoothie, do a shake, do a nice shake that will keep them going. And it is also feeding their microbiome and fixing the gut at the same time, because you know when they get to that age, it is that they are unable to consume the rice and the grease and the that. Their sake is an excellent way to keep them alive longer. If you are in Jamaica, if you are in Bahamas, if you are in the US, or if you are any of these countries, we have a fulfillment center on the ground, so you have no excuse. You get your product. I mean, we usually say 24 hours, but we cut out that. Make your order and take your order number to the fulfillment center and pick up your product same time. That's what we're doing. We're facilitating. We're ensuring. And guys, I can tell you, the retail of these products are phenomenal. Look at this. We continue to get these awesome promotion, especially when you do the buy five get three free. In Jamaica, we sell a product for 12,000. Guys, that is 36,000 that you are getting free. So even if it is one product you get free when you buy two and you get one, guys, ain't nobody giving us anything around here in the Caribbean. This
Mm-mm.
company is one of the best. They are amazing because we have seen where they work. And again, if you decide to start build the business, you will be paid a compensation. And this is important. Every one of us need to have a little side hustle. Even if we have a 9 to 5 job, it ain't cutting it. So, guys, I'm gonna turn back over to Dr. Rutan and Sir Clive. If you have too much money and you don't want to build a business, what I'm saying to you, build your life. Take care of those cells. Take care of your microbiome, because your microbiome will take care of you. And again, if you fail to plan, you are not only failing yourself, you are failing the society, you are failing God, you are failing your family who loves you, you are failing so much persons. And you know what? When you fail all of us and you die and gone, and we know that we have something that could allow you to live another 5, another 10 years, you don't have a clue what it does to us. Because, and you would know the reason why I talk like this, because my mom was one of those persons who don't listen, and up until today I am hurting. And that is why you continue to hear me say, if you fail to plan, you are not just failing yourself, you are failing those who love you. Back over to you, King Clive.
Wow, thank you so much. As a couple of years ago, because I've been selling supplements for a couple of years, well, right? And there was a point when I could not afford to take the supplements as often as I needed to take it. And I know I wasn't full on it, but you'll keep pressing on and everything. And one day I was looking in the mirror, and it's like myself was talking to myself and said, you can't tell me that you can't afford to take care of me. How am I going to tell that guy looking back at me, looking in his eyes and say, I can't afford to take care of a Rolls Royce, Ferrari body? That is what we have. And because our money is limited, we treat it like a second-hand 1990 Corolla. So I made a promise to myself from that moment. I am going to afford the supplements that I need to take in order to take care of myself. It was today, just today, a person was complimenting me and said, Clive, you don't look like no 61-year-old person. You give me a wrong figure, they said. They were telling me that. And I have deliberately, Bev, Dr. Ruthan and others on this call, said to myself, me now go walk, go wide and far. Sometimes I take a bus, go anchovy outside of Montego Bay if I take things to people. And me couldn't even take the tablet from the bag that I have for myself. And I said, no, son, no, thank you, don't think so. And I start to take better care of myself and giving myself the nutrients that are in these good up products. And it's paying off for me because I'm feeling better at 61 than I felt at 41. And I'm learning today better than I could learn and I ever remember learning any stage of my life. It's like anything I want to learn, anything I want to commit to memory, I can do it. Usually, when somebody past 60, you imagine them sitting on the veranda in a rocking chair. Master, Miss G, and Miss Nola, and them talk to one another for the next 15, 20 years until they rock themselves to death. No, as a baby boomer, we don't think that way. We want to live to be 100.
No.
Am I right, Beth? We want to live to be 100.
You know me. You know that I am a beauty queen.
Don't look at that. You.
And every night when I look into this mirror, my next birthday I'll be 58 years old. And even at work over, everyone is like, Bev, what are you talking about your next birthday? You'll be 58-year old. You sure it's not 38 you're talking about?
Look at that.
And I know for sure that if I were not on these supplements, I would not be enjoying. And you know, Sir Clyde,
yeah.
You know my portfolio. You know that I wear many, 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 many hats.
Wow.
I am going like an energizer every single day.
Yes.
I work like crazy. But the more I work and the more I take my supplements, it's a prettier me get.
Wow.
And the prettier, I was just saying to my other half a while ago, I said, look at me. Oh my God. He said, you're beautiful.
Hey.
That's what I'm saying. You know that. Yeah. I boast that every day.
Yeah.
And there's no way I could maintain a youthful look and I am close to 60. There's no way. If you look at my face, you see not one wrinkle. Not one.
Yes.
I don't have no drop down or no this or no that. I'm ready for the two-piece bath suit on the beach.
Boy.
If you see what I'm
talking about.
And all we need to do, as you said, Sir Clive, look in the mirror and say, hey, this is a Rolls Royce. I'm not going to treat my body like no ladder. Right I am right now is because I'm wearing my pure bra right now. I don't turn on the camera. I am drinking my Asahi right now. Because when I don't drink Asahi to go to bed, I drink my Cranium Fire.
Oh, yeah.
Either my Asahi or my Cranium Fire. Is what I'm talking about. But I am addicted. I am addicted to the Sankey Global product. I shall not live without them. They will have to move Japan and sink it underneath this. I'm swim on a shark back to go down there. Because these products are absolutely amazing. Back over to you, sir.
Yeah, man, I think Marva has her hand up. You can open your mic, Marva. Are you able to? Okay.
If you hear is my cup at my head. I mean, this Asahi tastes so good.
Oh, Marva might need to open. Okay.
Yes, I'm open now.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm not used to this thing. I keep opening and shutting.
Yeah,
you know, it is so amazing, though. You know, it's we're looking good. I was looking to see if I find any wrinkles because, you know, everybody's dropping their age as they want me to tell my age now. But I'm not going to tell anybody that I'm 62 and my next birthday in March is going to be 63. I won't say it.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Hey.
No, don't say it.
Not going to say it. But my skin has gotten softer and smoother. You know, I mean, like, and the young men are getting interested, you know, and too young to throw them back. Yeah,
Yes.
I've been told them back and too young. But you know, It's the other part that drove. Seriously, it is so amazing that at this part of our lives that we found somebody that we can find something that we can say it's our own thing, it's our baby. This is
Wow.
what we've been looking for. And it's not just the products alone, it's the education that I'm getting out of this. You know, I'm talking to people. As a matter of fact, I wasn't here early because I was doing an interview on a radio show, and it was so amazing, because people want to hear these things.
Yes.
I could see that people are trying to contact me. They're sending me messages and stuff. I'm going to deal with that after, but I just had to come in and say, thanks to all the people that I work with, because it's been a pleasure. I learned from everybody. Lisa is in my network. She came in after June. June is my direct. And she's taught me stuff. So I am not too up there to be taught by anybody at all in here about the products, about the compensation plan, about anything. And that's what I like about this. It's like a family here. Of
It
course,
is. It is.
there's always a Susie into the plan. But we live well. We share so much information. So if King Clive go and research something, he's encouraging me. He give me something. He give me a bit and say, "Ma, go look it up, man." And we come and we work together, and so that help us too to look better and feel that we're confident in ourselves and what we're doing. We're not selling anything that we wouldn't take for ourselves. We take them. Like Bev saying, she takes it every day,
I am
every single
addicted. I am
day.
addicted.
Yes, you know, and this is the thing. This is the thing that we want. We want people to understand that if you don't feed yourself well, if you don't take care of yourself, the house that you're trying to save with the mortgage, the big shoes that you want to wear, the king size bed that you're making, gonna wet it up because me sleeping in a king size bed, I don't know which side to get off. The first time I sleep in a king size bed, I almost wet the bed, and I was on my honeymoon because the bed too big.
Mm-mm.
Why do I need a big old bed? You know what I mean? So I need these supplements more than I need a big bed, but a big car and all them things there. What we need is to take care of ourselves so we can take care of our family. We can take care of our friends because I buried a friend this year because she wouldn't take the thing and she believed in her doctor so much. Believe in your doctor, but believe in yourself. You know how you feel more than your doctor know. You're telling him. That is how you feel. You're telling the doctor. The doctor don't know how you feel. You're telling him. And he's gonna go, he or she is to go by what you say.
Mm-hmm.
So how about if you fortify yourselves with this great formula? So when the doctor asks you how you feel, you jump down and give him 10.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because it does fit you. I'm doing, my knees was hurting me the other day, and I'm exercising now. I'm walking with my knees up. I'm making big step higher, bring up my knees high. Hey,
Really.
62. Yes, baby.
Yeah.
Do this for you.
Yeah. And the thing about it, as Marva, Bev, and Dr. Ruth and myself and others are speaking, we don't talk like this to come across to impress you, to show
No.
off on you like we're better than you. And no, we as friends and as family have to start a conversation to encourage each other to say, please, just change what you need to change, no?
Yes.
Fix the diet, no, man. The things that you like to eat. Is there something in the diet that is causing something abnormal to go in your body? We are here to encourage you to fix it. You encourage
Yes.
me, I encourage you, we encourage one another. Because at the end
Mhm.
of the day, that's what friends are for.
Yes.
We're not here to compare and
No.
who better
Don't
than who.
compete.
We have to say to each other, is Les Brown says, when it comes to your health, is either you pay now or pay double later.
Mm-hmm.
Double. So we are saying to you, don't bother pay double. Go to the trouble and just do the stitching time to save 9 right now
Yep.
and live a better quality of life. As a Millicent Spencer having her hand up. You wanted to say something, Millicent? She's gone?
Yes,
Mhm.
I'm here.
Okay, Miss Millicent.
Yeah, good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night. I just want to say how happy am I, and to thank Angela for recommending these products to me, because
Yes.
I've been taking these products since January. And I was saying to her today that even if me not have anything else, you have to make sure me have these products.
Okay.
Yes, because before I knew about it, I suffered
Mm.
with a lot of pain. I am diabetic. I am hypertension. My blood pressure keep going up. My sugar keep going up, and it's up and down and up and down. But I want to tell you something. In last month, say yeah, about 2, 3 weeks ago, they on my building they put a automatic door. And while I went through the door but did not clear. And when I realized the door was coming in, I thought it would go back. But by the time I realized it not going back and I tried to shift, that door slammed me together.
Mm-mm.
And my left hand went down on my side immediately.
Mm.
And it was all pain,
Wow.
excruciating pain.
Mm-mm.
From the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all. But what I did when I came up, I have to use my right hand to lift up the left hand. And I was thinking to myself, oh, I say, I'm not gonna call the ambulance. No, no way. I come up here and I make a hot cup of belage
Mm.
with
Hey.
a 7 in there.
Yes, sir.
I started drinking. I drink it morning, I drink it midday, I drink it evening. Believe you me. And yeah, it takes a little time. And I'm telling you today, it's 100% better than
Wow.
when I just.
Mm-mm.
What else I want to say about those medication? That when Dr. Rudan speak of the ibuprofen, right now, these products, it helping my hair to get back to the from the baldness.
Mm.
That ibuprofen eat off my
Mm-mm.
causing some lot of, I'll call them in Jamaica, we call them koro bomb. If it
Mm-hmm.
was no me would say, if it was the then I would say, oh, me have monkeypox.
Oh boy.
That was what ibuprofen do to me. And when I realized what was happening, I tell my doctor I don't want it. They give me I have to call the pharmacy and say, look, when I want medication, I'll call you. Don't send no more.
Okay. Because
Yes,
you have your thing then.
I have my thing, my stuff. I just get them last Friday.
Mm-mm.
My auto ship.
Yes.
No,
You're
and
armed and dangerous again.
uh, I'm telling you, I'm enjoying these formulas or supplements.
Yes.
I'm so, when I tell people about them and they on and they carry on and over now, I have a cousin in Canada who I interviewed. She called me since evening. Oh, the lady didn't send the thing to me. I said, well, I don't know. I said she might send them back to me.
Mhm. Okay.
Oh, send me the link. Send me, said, but I did send them to you.
Mhm.
Oh, let my daughter look. I'm say, okay, send her my link, send her back the product. Because I know they're just skeptic. And I said, you know what? Even if I'm not take them, I make sure me know myself. So I know what it does for me, and
Yes.
I'm gonna continue with these products.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much, Miss
Yeah,
Millicent.
I am feeling
Yes.
my skin is feeling so good. I know the amount of pain when I used to feel.
Mhm.
Some
Wow.
I could not I
100%.
could not come off my bed.
Mm.
Oh
When
gosh.
I wake up in the night, I have to be holding on and going on, Jesus, 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 to reach the
Mm.
bathroom.
Man.
No, I just jump up I wake up and I jump up and I'm gone and don't forget say these products are amazing. I'm telling you, I'm just
Wow.
enjoying. I am just enjoying
I
them.
can hear the joy in your voice, and I thank you so
Yes,
Yes,
much for
me say
sharing
I
that.
run here, Sir Clive, and I'm feeling Millicent. I
Marcella,
feel you,
I,
girl.
I tell you something. I have a friend in Ocharias where I
yeah.
recommend them to her last month. She just started taking them. And she called me, oh, I can't walk. And I'm taking the product. I said, how long have you been sick?
Okay then.
I say, you just,
Okay
you
then.
just start taking them.
You just start. Give the product a chance,
Oh
man.
boy. Yeah.
And I tell
Well,
she said,
Millicent, like you,
I tell you
girl, just
something,
like you, I appreciate
Queen
you.
Bear, she said when I let her have all 4 products. When she started, she could not, her daughter who was paying for it, were not able to buy all 4 products. So I chipped in the 4th product and let she have it.
Hmm.
And she called me first day. I have to laugh because she called me and she said, um, somebody tell her there's demon on the box.
Lord Jesus.
I said,
Oh
listen,
boy.
listen to me. Then and it's demon. Me say, look, if you believe it's demon, don't take them.
Mhm. Oh
Period.
boy.
I
That,
said,
that,
Send
that's
them
why.
to you. We take the demon them.
Come on.
I said, if demons in there, don't
Yeah.
take them. Then we
All
call me
right.
back the next day and say, oh, I didn't like what you said. But I said, well, you said this and that, and I'm looking at my box. I tell you, show me yours so that me can differentiate what's demon and them.
Okay.
I don't know. Anyway,
All right.
she's taking. She's taking the rest.
Yeah.
She enjoying the Hasaki. I said,
Yeah.
go.
Mhm.
But she keep telling me, oh, she can't take the crude fire burn her skin burning her. I said, whatever it's doing, because to help make you feel, me can't manage it. Me say, all right, don't take it. If you can't take the whole thing, take half.
Mhm.
Or don't
But
take it.
you're doing well. I think you're trying to help your friends and family, and you are well informed.
Yes.
You will continue to do well, and please continue to do what
And
you're
well,
doing.
I'm telling you, I'm just feeling great
Hmm.
We
compared
can tell.
Yes.
compared to how I
We
am
can tell,
alone
Millicent. You better
feeling
give me a
great.
call after this.
Yeah, I'll
Please.
call you, Mama. I have to call
Call
you
me right after.
after the
All right. All
So,
right.
Yeah, man. Thank you
So
so much.
thank you for the
Bless
time.
you. Bless you. Bless you. Thank you, guys. No,
Yes.
we have to bring this call to a close now. But we thank you so much, all of you, for shining in and participating in the way that you have. We thank you, Marv, we thank Dr. Ruth Hamilton, Bev, we thank the persons who have text message, some message in the room. We thank Millicent Spencer. And we just thank God for a night well spent as we try to continue to inspire and motivate each other to do the best that we can, because the mantra is, if we know better, we should do better. So remember, tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Jamaica time, we have the Microbiome, the Invisible Gardens of Our Health, with the Jamaica 94 FM. Please feel free to come on board and to invite a friend to come also. Sure, we don't have any more announcements, Marva, you think, or Beth?
No, we're good.
All right, cool. So we close in prayer. So, Father, we thank you. Thank you for your goodness. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your grace. Thank you for the things you have given to us, the things we know, the things we do not know, to bless us and keep us healthy. Watch over us tonight, we pray. Have your own way. We say thanks in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Have a good night, all.
Good night.
and amen. Have a good night. Thank you, Sir Clive. Thank you, everyone. Thank you,
Bless
everyone.
you.
Go grab a cup of hot Asake or renew fire.
The
Have
fire.
you, have you ever tried taking the Asake?
I have my
It's
Asaki.
absolutely amazing.
All right.